fair and it is highly radical. So this causes a high concentration of wealth in certain areas, mainly not only for our country, but many others. So a strategy that we have devised would be fair taxation and improving labor market conditions.
You can pretty much look at is every situation. I mean, not every situation that requires it, but I think it's best that it would be a good option when you're trying to do something that requires a lot of thinking, requires a lot of energy and focus.
Adversely, and until now we're still trying to recover from it. So what can we see on the trend? We can see that the trend is fluctuating, right? Up and down, up and down, up and down. So what's the problem?
That cannot be solved till today with this thing. Several such adjustments, such as economic reforms. So Egypt is open to any countries that would work together to solve these problems. And I'll give the time back.
Country was 0.40. We are deeply concerned with this issue and we are looking forward to discussing with you fellow delegates this issue and find some solution. Together, we believe that we can be part of the solution and find blueprints and framework to build against this issue, which can be rooted as illiteracy and also gender inequality.
Into economic plans of nations on a global scale, alongside SPAs provided by the IMF to act as a solid base for non-discrete policies
when we pay the tax we pay increase as our income also increase, and Hong Kong has used it since quite a long time.
No matter how much you rub it just won't go away because that's just human beings being different. So that's our essential. We cannot really erase it and eliminate it like as totally eliminate.
Is that coffee is a part of every one of us in the world. I think that we would all agree. It is the first thing that we think in the morning. It starts our day and brings us up. So it is a part of the world. So
also correlates to least developed countries. We'd like to relegate IMF-specific technical and assisting roles to national banks. And lastly, we would like to provide subsidies for farmers and agricultural workers. Thank you.
Our hedonist and fashionable French queen, though history forgets that she made efforts to create equality for her people.
President of Sri Lanka, which was choose to focus on the domestic market instead of trying to increase foreign trade, resulting in a trade imbalance, and people will live in
was estimated to be in extreme poverty. Income inequality is still prominent to this day.
And the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela believes that a nation will not survive morally and economically when so few have so much and so many have so little. So this can be compared to the elite few and the poor. And there is a debate swirling around that why is that poor are getting poorer and the rich are getting richer. So now it is, as Venezuelans, we have to challenge and burden the government.
Which are important for redistribution of wealth by taxing the higher income brackets with higher rates, designing policies that prioritize an inclusive growth and sustainable development.
The time period of 1982, where the Bolivia's democracy failed to promote reforms to exterminate this income inequality, right? This creates a gap between the government and the people of this country of Bolivia. They make their own populist move, and it was led by Evo Morales in the 2005 from 1892. And this gap is important because this shows how in the future, the Bolivian government needs to
living their life to the fullest, experiencing luxurious treatment, despite only in a small scale. On the other hand, the majority is struggling.
It has now adopted the policy of common prosperity to combat income inequality. And today, I would like to see your solutions, your problems. As the delegation of China would like to see first the problem, and therefore will raise a motion for a moderated caucus.
For these centuries, European colonists expected to contribute to global economic inequalities. Colonized were often exploited for resources, leading to a accumulation in colonial
and facing these global economic challenges. For years, our nations has participated in the IMF government structures, decision and negotiation, and important decision-making process that shape this.
Which resulted by income inequality that is caused by the elites, and the inlanders are not getting any of it. The International Monetary Fund